So the Antonia Act, based on Ligus Sayre's production of Offenbach's Le Conte d'Hoffmann, seems to take place in the outskirts of Manhattan. It doesn't necessarily take place in a brownstone neighborhood a la the Huxtables, but somewhere nearing the area of Harlem or the Bronx. And in this production, Antonia and her only family member, Caspel, her father, are basically middle-class people of what I presume to be of German descent. And Caspel owns a violin factory with Franz in drag as Franzi as the overseer of the violin productions. In this production, Antonia ends up committing suicide after being conjured up the image of her mother, more appropriately the ghost of her mother. And what was kind of sad about this version is that we don't get to hear Antonia's final utterance to her father, Caspel, saying that she saw the ghost of her mother, and then she ends it with a trill before finally kicking the bucket. That to me was pretty sad because Julia Kreiter was actually pretty darn good as Antonia. I'm still kind of surprised to know that even though she is basically specializing these days in the fuller lyric soprano repertoire, her vocal resources are still really good. But the only drawback I have is I wish she had used her chest tones a lot more, because it says a lot when even sopranos such as Anna Moffo or Eliana Kotrubash or Valerie Masterson had way more developed chest tones, and they were basically coloratura or lyric sopranos with very good upper registers. I will say this about Stefan Czerny though. He's still a very resonant sounding Caspel. I do like how he still uses his voice. I remember catching him about 10 years ago at the Wiener Staatsoper, and he was still in good voice. Very good voice, actually. And, well, the Antonia Act was actually surprisingly interesting. I definitely enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see the Giulietta Act.